Hi, welcome to the director's cut of the hiking videos that I made this summer. I will be talking through some of the behind the scenes and other things that I didn't get to include in the video. Let's go. This is day 42, and it is the day that I reached Lake Ann Pass on the Colorado Trail in the CDT, which is very well known for being a massive cornice. You can actually see this is Lake Ann Pass in the cover shot here. And you can see this cornice here is normally where you would get to at the end of the trail, and then you'd have to get down this corner somehow. And what I did was I climbed up this rock face here to get up here to try to get a better view of where things were, where I could maybe get down. And Slide actually slid here. You can actually see his glissade here. That's where he, or I think it's this one, where he, maybe it's this one. He slid down from here and glissaded that track a little bit earlier in the day.
It's day 42, hiking the Continental Divide Trail and Great Divide Trail combined.
Another day following the ghost of Slide. Sometimes I feel like the Incredible Hulk trying to stamp. I do remember, like, the ice crust was so firm that if I stepped on it, it would, like, break a huge amount. And I did want to break it because I felt like if I broke it, then I would be able to, like, control the post holing, as opposed to if I were just to step on it and then fall through, it would be more sudden and like cause my heart to jump a little bit. So by stamping it in, I could like make myself a stable platform essentially to walk on. But that is very tiring. It takes a lot of energy to do that. Yeah. But track. When I was hiking with Slide, I trusted his decisions completely, but would often second guess my own and turn to him for validation. If you're leading, you don't have to ask me, he said. I think there is value in communicating your plan to your partner before you execute, but he's probably right. Oh my god, all the footage that I'm taking here is like so shaky, and I think it just because this ground is not stable, so like everything that I'm doing is so all over the place. Maybe it's my socialization as a woman, or maybe my former work required a lot of consensus building. Either way, I'm finding that now that I'm on my own, I'm making pretty okay decisions. So here, what I'm doing is I'm crossing Texas Creek, I think, and I did it in my leggings, as you can see. I got just directly in there with my pants on, and Texas Creek itself, it's not exactly on the trail. You're sort of cutting off a little bit of trail by fording here. And you have to find the right place to ford because it can get fairly deep. I think for Slide, it was at his hip, which for me would have been like maybe my waist or even higher. So it would have been really, really fast and strong. But luckily, the day that I went through Texas Creek, it was a rainier day, cooler in the morning, and I didn't have that issue, luckily. Yeah. Maybe I do know what I'm doing out here. I say this because today I was nervous about a steep climb. So what I was trying to show here is this northwestern facing slope. So this is normally the line that you would take to get up here. But as you can see, it's quite steep here. And then also it's facing kind of northwestish. And if you've been in snow, you know that the northwest aspect of the slope is typically one that melts out a little bit slower. Just any northern-ish aspect. So you want to stay on the southern aspect if you can. So, and I also felt like if I were to go all the way around here and then go up this, it would be quite a lot of climbing. So I tried to go up this way instead, I believe, is where I tried to get to. I was thinking that if I did the southern side of the slope, it might be more melted out. I'm up a northwestern facing slope that I felt might be snowy. I was checking areas with similar slope aspects at lower elevation as I passed and saw lots of snow. I didn't want to do a steep climb in slushy afternoon snow where I might waste energy sliding around. So this is actually the track that I drew out for myself sort of to get up there. And you can see I'm trying to go up a more mellow place. So this because the lines here are further apart. So you can see that this is kind of less steep than the other side. And I'm trying to go up like this and reconnect with the CDT or another track here, another trail, and then get back to the main CDT up on the ridge there. So I mapped out a route up a more gentle valley with a southwestern slope that I thought would be more. And that is my actual path up Lake Ann Pass. This is the GPS track from my Strava. And you can see, let's see, yeah, this is me climbing up. And then at this point, I think is where I started going up my own little version of that track. And then getting up to the ridgeline, which is where the CDT is, and then connecting up to, this is Lake Ann Pass here.
Melted out. I was right. I walked up along the creek all on dirt and avoided a large cornice on the ridge this way. Slide's tracks indicated he had gone around the other side earlier in the day when the snow likely held better for him. Then I followed his track up the switchback.
I was really proud of myself for making that line and making that decision myself and doing that alone, and yeah, it was a big confidence builder for me for sure.
From the south side of Lake Ann Pass. This cornice is notorious for being the last to melt out. I didn't want to stand on the edge of the cornice in the warm late afternoon, so I went up the rocks to get a better view. I could see slides.
Anytime that I got a little bit of a switchback on dirt, I was so grateful for it. Like, just being able to walk on the switchback without really thinking about it, it just makes you so appreciate that when you have to do a lot of time in snow.
Glissade down a very steep track. I glissaded down from where I was, and honestly, it was the perfect texture for it. I even stopped halfway through so I could get my phone out for a video. It was so good.
It was beautiful.
So you could see my ice axe there briefly. Here initially I started without the phone and I had the ice axe ready to kind of stop myself, but then it was just the perfect texture for a slide like that. So I ended up going and stopping myself partway down the slide just by braking with my feet and pulling out my phone, because I was like, this is actually very, very safe. I don't need to use the ice axe. Yeah, it was a great glissade. One of my favorite moments.
What a glissade.
One of the best I've ever done.
I mean, look at how long that glissade track is. It's just like, it's perfect. Like, literally picture perfect, pristine glissade.
It feels like riding an elevator down the mountains. Really happy with the day. See you tomorrow.
And that's slide handprint there. He already put his hand there, stopped, slid, and glissaded down again from this part. And I was like, oh my God, look here, Slide was here earlier today. And then I slid down in his butt track going down. Okay, that's day 42.